name is Terry Lane. I'm with the Lambeth Lions. Our club is partnering with the London Lambeth Rotary and the Lambeth Legion branch 501 to bring you the Lambeth Catch the Ace lottery every week. We thought it important to give you an idea or introduce you to some of the people that will be the beneficiaries of your donations. So this week, appropriately, we have a representative from Operation Save the Brave, which is an organization that helps homeless veterans and veterans of all kinds. So I want to introduce John Sluggett from that organization. And welcome, John, and thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Terry.
John, I'm sure that many in London are surprised that we have homeless veterans and veterans that are in need of help. Could you just explain how many there are right now and how many you're able to help and what long and short-term facilities you have to do that?
More than happy. My name is John Sluggett. I am with the Victory Legion. I'm the service officer there, and I've been dealing with homeless vets for about the last 10 years. Over the last 5 years, we have housed and protected 50 veterans that are now housed and very happy. Our current workload, we have 20 veterans that are on our active caseload. And by active, I mean once we house somebody, we do not leave them. We look after them we follow them for up to 2 years or 3 years, whatever the need is. We support them through the process. So we have 30 on our active caseload now. We have a new unit that we brought out a year ago at 1090 Hamilton Road, Residence Artona. We have 10 veterans in there, and they are doing extremely well. On our current caseload, we have 3 that are in transitional housing. In other words, just waiting to find housing. We have 1 veteran living in the rough. He's still in the stage where he's not ready to move into an apartment. We'll put him in a hotel for a night or 2 to get him showered and everything, and then he's gone. He cannot stay there. When he's in the apartment, he blockades the door with the dresser or something to block it, and he'll sleep in the bathtub. He won't sleep in the bed or anything. So he's not ready to be housed. So our current caseload, we only have 3, and they're waiting to get a suitable apartment. Now, on the other side, we have a new build coming on December 1st. We've got to have 8 units in there. And so we'll be looking for veterans to help to fill those 8 units.
Thank you.
Go
ahead.
I want to talk about Operation Save the Brave. This is a fundraiser that we have started, and what it does, it deals with the feeding of the veteran. Once you get them housed, and everybody knows what rent is, well, if he's on OW when we find him, he gets $397 for a shelter portion. That's it. He's got to come up with the rest to pay his rent. So we've struck a deal with the city and the company called London Cares in the town. They're funded by the city, and they will pick up that balance of the rent. So we've got that organized now. Next is we got to feed them. That's the biggest thing once a veteran gets housed, is food insecurity. So Operation Save the Brave is a 3-pronged approach to dealing with feeding these veterans. Prong 1, if the veteran is capable, we'll give him a grocery cart. He can go shop, buy what he wants, cook what he wants, and everything. prong two is if you can't do that, we will get a grocery list, take the grocery card, go buy the groceries for him, bring them home, and he can cook them. The third prong is if he can't cook due to his disabilities or whatever, he will get frozen meals delivered by, we have a lady that's called the lunch lady. She does all the homes for a lot of the schools in town and whatnot. And she does nothing but home cooked meals, and she changes her menu every month. So that is where we now are trying to raise money into getting, so we can fund and maybe buy them a bit more food and whatnot. After, we always use the food banks too for them, but it's better if the food is homemade and frozen right there, and then they can microwave them and cook them.
John, how are these veterans identified to your organization? How do you know that they're out there?
Well, London Cares has an outreach group that goes out every night in the city. And one of the questions now they ask is, they don't ask him if he's a veteran, because there's a misconception or out there that, well, I didn't serve in the war, so I'm not a veteran. But if the man served and completed basic training in our books and the Legion books, he's a veteran. So what'll happen is they'll ask, did you serve? And if he says yes, then I get his name, his date of birth, and I go confirm service. And then we split the responsibilities. I do all of the pension work and get them hooked up with Veterans Affairs Canada. And London Cares starts looking for an apartment or suitable accommodation for them.
Now, what is your greatest need right now, your organization's greatest need?
We are really need money to buy food and groceries for these veterans.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay.
And it really is needed.
Now, a lot of people would think that the Department of Veterans Affairs should be involved in this somehow. How are they involved, and what do they support in your organization?
Well, Veterans Affairs, funny you should say. Well, we work very closely with Veterans Affairs. They have an emergency fund that they can tap, but we've been using that to get first and last month's rent. So we work very closely with the agencies in town. We'll work with the Legion, the Poppy Fund, the Benevolent Fund. We got Ontario Command, we got VAC, we got VetsCan, all the agencies, but we like to be kind of fair too. Not one agency should take all the weight. Although the government, we have them pretty good.
Is there any other comment you'd like to make? Wrap up here.
One, anybody wants to get involved, just call me.
Okay, and John, why don't you give them your number and?
Yeah, I can be reached at 519-859-0818, and that's my cell number. And even though my wife doesn't like it, it's never off. So.
Say it again.
So,
Say it again.
Yeah, the phone number is 519-859-0818.
well, John, obviously a very important organization, and we're very proud to be working with you in raising funds for your cause. So, John, thank you very much.
Thank
for that.
you.
All right, now what everybody's been waiting for, after John's very impassioned plea there, is Joanne to do this week's draw.
Welcome everyone to the fourth week of Lambeth Catch the Ace Weekly Lottery, brought to you by the Lambeth Rotary, Lambeth Lions, and the Lambeth Legion Branch 501. This week's draw is worth $178, and the jackpot, should the ace of spades be drawn, is worth $3,000. We would like to point out, without the $3,000 guaranteed by the Lambeth Rotary, the Lambeth Lions, and the Lambeth Legion, the jackpot would have been $1,400. The charities that will benefit from the proceeds of the lottery are Eyes Right, a site conservation program, Kids Country Club, a respite center for children with disabilities, assisting homeless veterans. I'm Joanne Shields from the Royal Canadian Legion in Lambeth. With me tonight is Danielle Annabelle from Kimberly's Fashions. Danielle, would you like to give the drum a good pull around? And take out that lucky ticket. The winner of this week's draw is Jen Lockyer, and she has chosen envelope number 29. At this point, we'll have a drum roll. And tonight we have the Jack of Clubs. And with that, we have to rip up the card. Okay. This concludes this week's lottery. Please dispose of your ticket and make plans to buy another ticket for the draw next Tuesday, as the jackpot will continue to grow until someone finds the ace of spades. Thank you for your continued support, and while your odds to win the grand prize improves each week, every ticket purchase makes a big difference in your community, helping those who need it the most. Thank you to our advertisers. Make sure you go and visit them. Have a great evening. And next week's tickets, starting at 9 o'clock, you can purchase them. Thank you to our advertisers of Tommy's Motors, Tom's Variety at Main and Campbell, the Village Pantry, Kimberly's Fashions, McLennan Flowers, McFarland and Roberts Funeral Home, Melanie Gilmore, a realtor, Stan Portley, the Little Shop of Flowers and Gifts, and KidSense. And thank you again for tonight's draw. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.